Rajinikanth, a good actor? I don't know. Without slow motion, I don't know if Rajinikanth can exist. I don't know. He's like a very famous director. He told me, I was chatting with him on the phone. He said, Ramo tried to see KGF 2. You know, after 15 minutes, I couldn't take it. And I went to a breathing session in the balcony, and he did some kind of pranayama or whatever. When Sanjay Dutt was arrested in the 93 blast case, I was making a film called Nayak at that time.
Yeah.
In between, he got arrested.
Oh. Sets, sir? Any major? So when I say difference between then and now, like even in actors, I'm sure during a Rangila, actors were more maybe cordial. Now this is something we've heard. Like we were not there, but we've heard that they were more cordial. There were less of vanities, less of artists, talent, entourage.
See, that's a function of changing times.
Right.
So when the quality of life keeps increasing, and there could be days when people used to be under the trees holding umbrellas to wait when there's no vanity vans. But as quality of life increases in every wake of life, why wouldn't it come to the films?
And it's a natural progress.
And then second is, there will be some instincts, like, and I once, like when actors listening to a story, that's a big contradiction there. I remember reading an article some 25 years back about Hollywood. So where the actors deciding the scripts, and the actors don't have writing talent. But then why does the actor do it? Because it is to see the actor, the people are coming.
Correct.
And if they are paid some $10 million, the writer is being paid $200,000. So you'll always listen to the guy who's getting paid more. but there is a certain... this thing
it's
in that,
still something which is pretty relevant. Correct. And I think it's industry agnostic. It's everywhere.
I know. Yeah. That happened 25 years back also. That doesn't change, Then second thing is, now there's a difference in, acting is about a character.
Right.
Star is about a performance. And there's a lot of difference between the two.
True. Absolutely.
Is Rajinikanth a good actor? I don't know. I don't think Rajinikanth can do a Bhikkhu Matre. If you're talking some...
So true, correct. We're talking characters and
stuff. But Rajinikanth, you want to see him only like that. Without slow motion, I don't know if Rajinikanth can exist. I don't know.
It's very interesting we're having this conversation.
And I think if at the time of Charlie Chaplin, if the 24 frames camera was invented, I think he would have never become a star. He works only in 18 frames.
Yeah. So true. So true. No, that's absolutely right, sir. In fact, I was having a discussion with a actor in Hindi, and that's what he was saying, that my star image has become so big that I'm hungry as an actor to try something, but my fans and my audience don't want me to do that.
That's true. That's true because you see, eventually cinema works for various reasons, not for any single reason. You don't mind seeing Rajinikanth walking in slow motion for the half of the film without doing anything. You've
paid money for that.
It is giving you a high. And high doesn't necessarily come from. So when a star does a normal character, actually it can be disappointing.
And we've seen a lot of examples
like
of
I remember that. Amitabh Bachchan in some film, I can't recall, he plays a scene where he's got a stomachache or something.
Piku.
No, this is much earlier.
Okay.
I used to hate that scene. I don't want to see Amitabh Bachchan having a stomachache. So you always look at them like demigods, So but demigods can't become characters. Yeah.
I remember this. Raju Hirani sir mentioned he was making PK. They had written the script. They were about to go on shoot, and Oh My God released. And Abhijat and Raju sir went and they saw Oh My God, and they're like, now we can't do the climax of PK like this. We need to change it. And then it all changed, and they rewrote it again, and a lot of that happened.
Yeah.
So happened.
I'll give one example. See, like a very famous director. He told me, I was chatting with him on the phone. He said, Ramo tried to see KGF 2. After 15 minutes, I couldn't take it. And I went to a breathing session in the balcony, and he did some kind of pranayama or whatever. He came back and saw another 15 minutes. And now he took a shower and then came. He said, I was willing myself. He hated the film. And then he said, I couldn't take it after the interval. Till after I said, just leave it for, And then, I don't know why it became such a big blockbuster. Just leave it, I want to ignore it. Then 2 days later, he was sitting with his writer, and the writer was telling him something, and the director asked, how can that happen? It's so illogical or something. Yeah, but that's what worked in KGF too, no? He said. So he said, now there's a whole old Hollywood line, you can argue about the content, you can't argue with success.
Wow.
So if you for some reason didn't like the film, but millions loved it. So now the problem for the director is, does he force himself to do something which he doesn't like? Which means he is discontinued. So you are doing it without conviction, which is even more dangerous. Which happened to me also. It's not like So you can do what you want, but when you are somewhere pushed to a corner to, face things.
Or fit in.
Face things which you can't have an answer for. So you start losing your own conviction. And sometimes it might work also, you don't know.
It's happened to you where it's worked?
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it happened to me the most in department. Because see, the point when I started it was a very realistic story and everything. But at a point of time, someone said, I won't take names because I can talk about myself. I don't want to sound as if I'm blaming someone, So Sanjay Dutt's Agnipath became such a big hit, and his image has changed. Something else happened. Your films work mostly in the multiplexes and cities. We should need to go into the things. And I'm a guy. I'm a very strong person. In spite of that, I got carried away and I started catering to what audience seemed to want. Not that I did only in department, but the maximum I think I did in department. So 1 week before the release, I called him up and said, I could have done in half, 1/4 the budget, definitely a better film than this. I'm not saying that would have been a hit. It would have been definitely better than this.
Better than this.
Yeah.
Apples to apples.
Yeah.
That brings me to a question I think I can only ask you, because I know you are somebody who's very realistic. A lot of people say that it's been a while Ramu sir has given like a big hit. But there are fan clubs and there are people who still swear by the films that you've done. What do you feel? How do you see the brand RGV? Do you see it is the way you wanted it to be? Do you see it getting derailed somewhere? Or you are happy the way it's happening?
To start with, the point is, all this time, I always used to tell, I take every film of mine, what excites me about the film, I do it with the same effort and passion, And now, passion is a very loose word. You can passionately do a bad thing.
Yes. Yes. In your filmology, if I have to ask which film that you saw, now we have the answer for Satya, that you felt not exactly embarrassed, but felt like, okay, this is something I could have not made, or I'm not proud of it, or not happy with it. Is there any film that you would want to go back and say like,
no,
not
I
me?
wouldn't say that, because I feel I take every decision of mine as an experience, good, bad, ugly, because they will eventually shape up the way you think. If you don't make bad decisions, I don't think you'll know what a good decision is to start with, So I definitely wouldn't regret, also for one more reason, because every decision you make, there will be something which will be adding to you and something subtracting. For example, when Sanjay Dutt was arrested in the 93 blast case, I was making a film called Nayak at that time. In between he got arrested, And when you're waiting for him to come out, I made a kind of action comedy called Anaganagao Kroju in Telugu, which became a super hit. Because that became a big hit, when Sanjay Dutt came out, we thought instead of making a political film, let's make an action comedy like that. And I made Daud, which didn't work. So if Anaganagao Kroju didn't work, I wouldn't have made Daud, because it worked.
Got it.
Then what I did, Nayak was shelved. That film.
And the title was Nayak?
It was Nayak.
Lovely.
That was Shell. And years later, I again made it as Sarkar. So Nayak was actually Sarkar.
And you were making it with Sanju sir?
Sanjay was playing Abhishek's role, and Nasiruddin Shah was playing Amitabh Bachchan's role. Yeah.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Wow.
So now, because of Nayak didn't make and Sarkar came.
True.
If I made Nayak, irrespective of how it worked, I wouldn't have ever made Sarkar.
To watch the full video, click here पूरा वीडियो देखने के लिए यहाँ क्लिक करें।